ask them to change their sort of daily routine. Start with some motivational speaking in the morning. Remember why you wanted to do this in the first place. And just always remember that. Like, remember that you're doing it for the people coming after you as well, which applies some responsibility. And when people have responsibility, they feel good. People feel good for doing good things for others. So, yeah. What am I supposed to be doing?
Whatever.
Yo, hello. My name's Sharna Cane. Welcome to my ordinary interview. Thanks for being here.
That's a mic check.
That's my mic check. Let's get
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for not going away. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for you. Today, we got an ordinary guest, or so she says. See, one of the great things you have to understand about great people is they deem themselves to be ordinary. And people who are not great, they deem themselves to be great because they're trying to compensate for what they have. As they say, the wise can play the fool, but the fool cannot play the wise. So she proclaims herself to be ordinary. She is, but she's more than that. Take it away.
Wow, what a nice introduction. Oh my gosh. Yeah, basically that is me in a nutshell. I feel like we've known each other for years.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Interview's over.
That's been great. Yeah, take care. Yeah, everything you said.
Really?
Yeah, I like to bring myself back down to zero every time. It's like a ritual for me. So anytime I go on the stage or perform music, when I get home, I reverse myself back to zero and just remind myself that I'm just
Was it
ordinary.
always like that?
No, it wasn't always like that.
What was the trigger?
I guess
Because I think what you're saying is crucial because a lot of people think they're great and they stay in that thinking they're great.
Yeah.
But everyone else around them can tell they're not great.
Okay.
Literally, because as soon as, what a clown, what an idiot. But they just think they're great because their mind is telling them, or they're trying to portray they're great. So for you, when was the moment you decided, you know what, I want to humble it down and just be ordinary?
I think it was when I decided to stop running from myself, like running from all my creative ideas and, the fear of actually being out there. Because actually, it's not about the fame for me. It's more about the message and the mission. But I knew that one came with the other. So I guess it was understanding that I need to be grounded at all times because that's how I can hear God. That's how I can think properly. I can not base myself from my ego. Like my ego just gets me nowhere. I can use it when I want, but I realized it's self-destructive sometimes.
Running from yourself. What is that like?
Tiring. Yeah, it's tiring. It's also beautiful as well because you learn so much about yourself when you decide to stop and think, I can't even run anymore, man. Like, let me just face. Instead of run away, like run towards. That's my thing now. I run towards situations. If there's miscommunication with someone, instead of leave it a couple of days to fester, I'd rather just have the phone call now. Instead of leaving the song for another week, I'm going to write it now, which is what we'll get into later, which is why my life happens like this, because I just stay present.
I think that's key because what you're alluding to that is communication. Because if you deal with it there and then, you're communicating. Because I find is even myself, and my friends, missus, mum, whoever, if there's a problem and you don't communicate, the mind, it's so powerful, it just starts playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wishing or she's wishing bad on me or this and that. But that's not even the case. So you just said, I'm going to deal with it. But
run towards it.
Was it a struggle to recognize that moment? Because a lot of people don't recognize that moment. Or if they do, they're actually scared of it even more because they don't want to lose everything.
I guess that's why Ordinary Global is what I represent, because it's always going to be ordinary, and I find beauty in the ordinary. Things that are simplistic, I enjoy it because my mind is already so creative. I like space and I like to see simple things that to some people is boring, but to me, I can find beauty in it. And I think if I always look at life like that, then yeah, I have a fulfilling life.
It's so powerful because before Ordinary came,
Mm-hmm.
you was into brands.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested in you elaborating what made you change from brand to being ordinary, because at one stage you said that you were the brand when you were wearing the brand. What is that like? What did you mean?
What I mean is, so I used to feel superior to people if I was wearing a certain brand. You know, it could be something silly, Adidas, Hugo Boss. If someone else was wearing a brand that I deemed less fashionable, I would feel superior, and I would conduct myself in a way where they couldn't communicate with me, or we couldn't be on the same. I wouldn't even say hello to you because you're not wearing what I deemed as fashionable. And fashion is everything. It's how we connect with each other. It's how we fit in. It's how we communicate without speaking via the brand. You know, like if I saw someone with dreads, I feel like we've got a connection there. If I saw someone with Nike, yeah. But if you don't have the name brands, I had a really big ego, and it started to drain me in all ways. My money, I would want to just spend money. Every time I got money from my mum or something, I'd spend it on clothes because I needed to look the part. And I just gave up with that. Like, I look the part, man. I am the part. I'm the part.
Well, like, as they say, the clothes don't make the person.
No.
The person makes the clothes.
The person inside.
And you went and made your own brand, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
What was the pressure like in feeling you had to? I'm assuming you felt like you had to wear the name brand, because a lot of youngsters out there, even middle-aged people, are actually suffering from that, and they don't realize. And the key thing you said is it drains your money, because those things are not cheap. And to be fair, Wembley Market is closed down as well, so you can't go in there and get those fake.
It's lockdown.
I never used to. Store number 19. You remember me? I was there all the time, you know. No, but what was that like? Like the pressure.
I guess the pressure is what everyone feels, you know, when you got kids and you need to send them to school in, you know, kickers instead of maybe wallabies or plimsolls, because you need them to fit into a certain group of people. I feel like you're more respected. If you're wearing, I don't know, Dunlop or Slazenger, big up all the brands, by the way. I love all brands. If you're wearing a brand like that, even Reebok, you're sort of cast out. So the pressure was massive. Pressure from my parents, pressure for myself, most importantly, because I didn't want to be seen unless I was in the clothes. I didn't feel like I was worthy unless my clothes.
So your whole team around you was
everything.
Bling bling to the nines.
Everything was about clothing, you know. Who's got the new Nike pouch? And it was all about brands growing up, especially in the music industry as well. I was always seen, so I was always on camera. Couldn't be wearing the same clothes. So it was a lot of pressure in terms of fashion for me.
It's interesting. I never thought it like that, because me, having not been born here, I was happy with any pair of jeans.
Yeah.
You know, and I was happy with any footwear until I went to school and I witnessed exactly what you're saying. And like, I used to get bullied.
Same.
For not having the Nikes or whatever. But I guess only the strong will pull through and the weak stay there. You know, I had 4 friends. They came out with something. So each of them bought, luckily it so happened they were around the same shoe size.
Okay.
Each of them bought, I think, 2 or 3 pairs of brand, whatever they wore. And they just alternate amongst them. I was like, you guys are sad because you don't need to. And I was scared to do that, because if I got home, my mum would be like, where did you get these from? So I didn't want that. And it was just, it's not I was too proud to wear someone else's shoes. I no problem. That wasn't it. It's just like I was scared. My mum said, where did they come from? And my mum worked so hard. And I didn't want to let her down.
That's it.
You know.
And that's where the pressure comes from, because again, like, I never had a silver spoon growing up. I'm a hand-to-mouth person. We just make do with what we have. And the pressure on my parents, because we used to get the name brands, but maybe later on. So I wouldn't get it when it came out. I'd have to wait. So I'd have to maintain what I had as well. I think it comes from not having a lot or not having enough. But really, what is a lot and what is enough? I have enough breath, I have enough life. The clothes are just clothes. And that was the pivotal point for me, where I just thought, this is all ordinary. This is an ordinary jumper. This is ordinary trousers. This is an ordinary hat. This is an ordinary umbrella. This is an ordinary camera. Like, I don't care. Does it do what I need it to do? Yes. Is it protecting my body from the rain, the cold weather? Yes. I'm grateful.
What would you say to those kids right now who are suffering the same thing? Because I don't think there's a name for it, but I'm gonna call it the brand disease. Can we call it that? Can we coin that? Man. The brand disease.
Or like fashion phobia.
Fashion phobia, is that a thing, or you?
I don't think it's a thing. I just made it up.
You know, brand disease, and if you struggle with that, if you want a cooler name, fashion phobia. What would you say to them? Like, you got out, which is inspiring to hear.
Thank you.
And I guess they're scared, but my life might not be the same. They'll think what would you say to them?
I would say to remember a time where you're not feeling well, and you're in the hospital and they give you a gown, and at that moment, what you look like doesn't even matter. So I would say try to take yourself to even the adverts that they show us. You know, I'm doing commas with my fingers because you can't obviously see me, or you can actually see me. All those kids are just smiling and they ain't wearing any shoes. They ain't wearing any shoes at all. Like, most of the people who are homeless, they speak to me and it's like they don't care. They're in their same clothes for weeks and weeks and weeks. My point is, just think of a time when you didn't have this that you have now. You was born with just your body in it. Like, this stuff is just so materialistic. Don't get fooled by the brands. Don't get fooled. It's a trap. Because once you get it, you have to maintain it.
And that's the hard part.
The hardest part.
That is the hard part. I'm not going to lie. I said, you know what? So we was in here one time, and we was doing like pilot shoots.
Yeah.
So one time my green screen was down, taking some picture. Rasta was taking a picture. And we planned it. So I wore jeans and what was it? My Nike trainers, nothing too fancy. And a white shirt, right? Shirt was ironed, it was tacked in. I was playing with the Rubik's Cube because I can solve the Rubik's Cube. I was playing with it, and he was just taking some pictures. I think, no, he was filming. So I grabbed a clip of it and I put on my storyline. And a friend of mine, he goes, no, Francis, I'm not happy with you. I'm like, what's up? I actually called him, like, what's up?
Yeah.
I thought maybe I forgot to do something. He goes, no, you can't be dressed like a granddad. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, like, then I looked at the picture. It was granddadish.
Yeah.
You know, like the shoes did not match the jeans, but I was happy with it myself. So it's like, he said, from now on, I'm going to be a stylist. I'm like, oh, cool, that's all right. So the shows will be coming out soon. We want to go out there and buy good clothes, right? So I called up my friend, where can I buy good jeans, but not too expensive, not too pricey? Ooh, the nicest pair of jeans. I walked in, I won't say the name of the shop because I don't want to encourage anyone to go there. £250.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I tried them on. Oh man, they were comfortable. I'm not going to lie. And they were stretchy. And I sat down, they just followed me. When I was walking, I could step, like your normal jeans, you can only, you don't want,
yeah.
And I'm thinking, if we get 250 this, how many pair of jeans do I need? Because I'll be filming every day. So let's say we need 7 or 8. Nah. And that's just jeans. Then the top has to go with it. Then the shoes. Then the socks. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So it's very refreshing to hear someone coming from that side of things. Then you went further. You then took it to the next level and made sure you were wearing your own brand.
Yeah.
First and foremost, before we get into that brand, I need to know this.
Yeah.
What does it feel like wearing your own clothes? You know, a lot of people say, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You go further, say, I wear my heart on my sleeve and my brand on my sleeve.
On my brand, on my skin.
What does that feel like?
Feels great. Feels like I made it. finally made it because it's what I wanted to transform. It was a mindset. I was transforming my mindset, and now every time I wear this, it's a reminder that I've done that.
So you trying to, so the whole emphasis is trying to get the globe to be ordinary, or realize that we are ordinary. We don't need the brands.
Bit of both. We are ordinary. We don't need the brands. Ordinary global is obviously I want to go across the globe. I want to take my art and my music around the world. I love the fact that it's a full circle. Continuity. I love continuity. I'm really deep in terms of why it's so ordinary as well, and why I haven't gone crazy with the brand or the logo. I've just kept it so simple, and I've joined the O's and the Y's, obviously, because of my twin. So there's deep meaning behind this brand for me.
You're very spiritual. Since we met, I could feel the energy.
Yeah.
Like it's so bigger than anything. Is that always been like that, or did that help with the change?
No, it's always been like that since I was young. 'Cause I was a twin, I just feel like spiritually I've always been able to access frequencies. What I mean by that is my intuition is very good. I've got really good hearing as well. My eyes are quite good. I can hear a bus. I could tell my mum, like, we'd be standing at the bus stop and I could tell her the bus is coming in like 10 minutes. It's before they had it on the top of the bus stop, and she'll be like, okay. And it would come. I see numbers all the time. Energetically, everyone talks about my energy before they talk about anything else. Like not even my shoes or like my hat. I'll be wearing my best clothes. They're like, oh, your energy. It's like, oh, what about these though? But it's always energy for me. So yeah, I think.
So I guess that helped.
Yeah.
Because when you was wearing those brands and people never saw the brands, that must frustrate you. But you're not seeing this, and you're
Very
seeing
frustrating.
you, which is good. Going back to a point you just made, I remember those days where I'm standing at the bus and there's no timer. And you don't know what, you kids don't know what you're missing. Listen, there was a time where the seat, you couldn't even sit down properly. You had to like slouch, right? And if you had that, you were lucky. There was, it says 2 minutes and you get impatient. And I used to walk backwards. So what we used to do is, because we didn't know when the bus is coming, there was no apps. You couldn't get that on a Nokia banana phone. Forget it. Right? The screen wasn't even colour. It was green. Was greenish and black.
You have to hold it up to the light to see who's calling. Yeah.
You didn't have Candy Crush. You had snakes, and it's just snakes.
Not even ladders.
The best. Yeah, no ladders. No. So what we used to do is, we didn't know when the bus is coming. So we'd walk to the next bus stop, but we're constantly turning around. And the bus would come 2 minutes before the stop. So you kids are lucky. Stop complaining, right? Don't take Ubers. No, take Ubers. Yeah, let's just get home safely.
Yeah.
So going back to you feeling everything, is that intense for you?
Sometimes, especially when I'm around other energies. On stage, I find it the most daunting, but also the most electric feeling in the world, because I'm quite good at conducting a crowd. I'm quite good at getting people to buy into what I'm doing when I'm on stage. And I found that is like a twin energy, and I'm grateful for it. But there are times where the introvert in my creativity wants to not be seen and just to be.
How do you deal with that? Because a lot of people who don't have great energy, they gravitate. They're like feeders. They leech on your energy.
Vampires.
Yeah. The walk-ins. How do you deal with that? Like, you just leave me alone. But they just want, to an extent, you can't blame them because they sense or feel something great. They want that warmth. How do you deal with that? Because there's a lot of people who suffer from that.
Yeah. I'm spiritual, and I do believe in the prophets of the world, all the prophets of the world. So I think like them, and I think, would they turn this person away, or would they maybe try to help them in some way, which becomes more draining. But I do feel like music is where I just release all of that stuff. So I feel like people are sent maybe just to teach me something. I'm always interested in, what am I learning from this? What is this teaching me? So.
And how much time does that leave for you?
Not much time. Especially socially as well. On my Instagram, I get a lot of people who are just naturally broken, who find themselves on my page because I put out motivational sentences in the morning. I might play a little music, make my hot drink, and I speak to the people who mess with me, and I just let them know that, listen, it's a bit dark right now, but we're the light, so let's just keep moving forward. And I'm a team player. I play sport, so I don't know. I just naturally fit in with a group. But I don't want to be in a band.
Whoa. Why?
Nah.
Not if you could be the lead singer.
No,
the lead rapper.
It's not about being in the lead. It's about like doing this on my own so that someone else can do it.
What if, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What if you get 3 up-and-coming artists, they're really shy, they don't know what to do, but they perform best when you're around.
Yeah.
And they say, please work with us. If you don't, we leave it alone.
Yeah, I'll work with them.
You would be
if
in a band.
I believe
then.
in them.
Would you then be in a band?
I wouldn't be in a band. I'll be working with them for what they're doing. I'll be Sharna Cane plus them.
So it's a band?
No.
Sharna Cane plus them? Bob
It's
Marley
me.
and the Wailers?
No, it's me plus them. Like just
semi-band?
No band.
Half a band?
No band.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't upset her. She's ordinary, so no band. Okay, no band.
No band.
So you keep, if we, on a personal level, you had a twin, and you referred to it a few times. What is that like? How do you feel about that, and what was the situation there?
So the situation was, I came second. So my mum obviously was pregnant with a boy, and then lost the boy. So loads of blood. So she got to the hospital. They wanted to do a scrape, but my nan at the time, she worked in St. George's. So she said, before you do the scrape, let's just check to see what's left. So they checked, and then there was a heartbeat. So my mum's like, she didn't understand what's going on. She went into shock. So her whole body shut down because in her head, she's just delivered and it's not here anymore. So when they realized there was a heartbeat, that again, like I think I had maybe like 6 or 7 minutes for my mum to prepare for me to come. So we obviously had separate sacks, which is why we survived. So I wouldn't have been identical, but I would have had a twin. So it's like sort of like a miracle baby, if you want.
Let's just touch back. What's a scrape?
A scrape is where they will remove the fetus.
Okay, and then if it weren't for your gran,
who worked in a hospital,
you would have been.
I would have been scraped.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is why I think this is why your energy is. You know, I don't want to go against your brand, but I don't think you're ordinary. I'm
not the closer.
Oh wow. Francis, shut up. No,
that's good. That's good. That is it. Everyone says it. You're not ordinary.
Yeah, you're not ordinary.
I love it. I know I'm not.
So you just made my voice go low and tone and. So, with your experience, with what you do, what you're going through, you also teach.
Yeah.
What is that like, and how do you? Because I think I used to teach, and I think people like you, with your, let me call it experience, it is what's needed for the up and coming generation. Because no disrespect to a lot of teachers out there, but I believe a lot of teachers are teachers way too early. Like your ordinary journeys, you go primary school, secondary school, sixth form of college, university, then you do your teacher training. So there's a possibility you could be a teacher at what, 20, 21, 22 maybe? And then you are put in a position when you're teaching 17, 18-year-olds. So they're literally 2, 3, 4 years old, younger than you.
Yeah.
And I believe you don't have enough experience to deal with it. And in some cases, you get teachers who come from a different background and they're put in environments which they have no idea or the social conditionings of the students.
Yeah.
And that is one factor how teachers and students and parents and the curriculum can break down.
Definitely.
So having the likes of you in the classroom or around the school is critical. And kids don't get enough credit on how smart they are. Kids will pick up So I'm sensing they pick up your energy
Yeah,
and they're all over you.
they
And
are.
yes, that comes with other teachers being jealous of you. I've seen it a number of
Oh
times.
God.
Yeah, SLT, you best make sure you promote her, give her a
I'm
pay rise.
SLT. I'm actually. I just. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well done, SLT.
Hey,
You promoted her.
yeah,
You
I'm
gave her a
just-
pay rise. Now,
SLT. Yeah.
head teacher, please move aside. Give her
No,
the chance.
no. I need my job. I love my head teacher. She's actually legendary.
Okay,
Seriously.
head
So,
teacher, sort something out, put it in the school next door, yeah?
yeah.
Let's go.
We can
So
do that.
what is that like, being in a school and knowing that you're giving back with your experience?
Oh, it's so rewarding. I feel like a millionaire. I get to go to work every day. I believe in the kids as well, and they sense that I believe in them. So for me, education doesn't take place. It's funny, the steps that you said, I've actually probably not done any of them, which is why I represent when I go to work. I'm going to work to represent myself. It's not that I'm a teacher. I can be whoever. Sometimes I'm the coach. Sometimes I'm the mate. Sometimes I'm just ears to listen to their problems. Sometimes it's about work. But most of the time it's just about them. And that is how we build our relationships. And I got good relationships with most of the students in my school. So yeah, I love it.
I believe that. Do you sometimes give them the look?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I used to do that. It never used to work.
All the time. The look.
Because I used to crack jokes with them a lot. So
Yeah.
like, oh, here you go again, sir. Stop. Yeah,
Laughter
okay.
works, like
No, it works.
positive energy and high vibrational energy. It works. And I realized
That's
powerful.
what I miss. You know what? If I was to go back to, I miss being around my students. Just they give up. It's so reward. It is by far the most rewarding job I've ever had.
Yeah,
By
same.
far. I mean, I enjoy what I'm doing now, but there's the interaction of the young ones.
Facts.
By far, especially the cheeky, naughty ones.
Yeah.
Who think they're like, you just look at them, and you just entertain them, but it just, and then what I love is when they're by the, hello sir, how are you sir? I'm like, you wasn't like that with your friends, was you? Sorry sir. And the next day, same thing again. And for me, every now and then, I bump into an old student.
Yeah.
And when I hear they're doing good, hello sir. Some of them, I don't even remember them.
Oh.
Oh, sir, it's because of you. I've changed my life. I'm a footballer now.
Millionaire.
I do press-ups.
I do press up.
Yeah, it's just because I started off as a PE assistant.
Yeah, same. I was a PE technician.
Then I went to PE teaching and business studies and so forth. And yeah, here we are. No, so would you change career, or is teaching your thing till ordinary company goes global?
Yeah, I would just teach. I'd probably still teach when I go global.
Oh, wow.
I want to have an academy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, an academy. Not one where you do maths and English. You do that. You bring your homework and you complete that for an hour. But the rest of the day is spent doing things that are going to help you for life.
I'm a believer of that. Because I believe one of the problems, the curriculum at the moment, my personal opinion, is we are not teaching kids for life after school.
Yeah.
We are teaching them how to pass exams because we know about the school leaderboard, school needs funding, this and that. But the problem with exams is this. For me anyway, and a lot of my friends that I know, is as soon as you come out that exam room, everything goes whoosh. Unless you then go and get a job that requires
The knowledge, yeah.
But if everyday life, like you got people who study maths in school at any level, but they can't really make the link between the mathematics they study in school and the mathematics in real life.
Okay.
And I feel we're not teaching them right. So what your academy, I think, would be suited. Hands up. Because not every student is an A-star student.
They're not all academic as well. I wasn't an academic person, but like sports day and things like that, I was
Shine.
That's my name all the time. First, I think I was doing 6 races at a time. I'd go from one event to another event to another event to another event.
And you was happy.
I loved it. It was my time, and especially football as well. It's been a savior of mine. It saved my life. It stopped me from getting into, the whole gang culture and all of that stuff. It saved me because I was going away to do that. So it's nice that I can get on with the boys at my my school as well, I relate to them on that level as well. And I guess I use what I learned playing football for life skills.
What school did you go to?
I went to Tamworth in Pollard's Hill.
I have no idea where that is.
Yeah.
But Tamworth, Pollard Hill, you've done an amazing job. Yeah, I hope you still... Is the school still going?
It is Harris now.
It's a Harris Academy?
Everywhere's Harris, yeah.
So is it South?
South.
Yeah, because Harris, they just moved. They moved into here now.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say what I hear about Harris Academy.
Yeah, I'm not in school anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, just look after our students, please.
Please.
Or as Global Academy is going to come and take over.
Yeah.
That's my camera. That's
okay,
yours.
zoom in on that bit. Thanks.
No, that's.
Oh, that's your.
That's
oh
mine.
yeah.
That's yours.
What he said.
And that's for the both of us.
Okay, sick. I ain't looked at that camera once.
You meant to look at me.
Okay, perfect.
I'm ordinary too, you know.
I've been looking at you the whole time, so I'm doing good.
She has been, ladies and gentlemen. So football, how far did you take that?
I was a pro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I've played for loads of teams. Charlton Athletic, Crystal Palace, AFC Wimbledon. I just played pro since I was young, always in a pro club.
What position?
Centre back.
Wow.
But I was top goal scorer as well.
At centre back?
2 seasons, yeah.
You must have had some dead strikers.
Corners as well, corners. I'm very good at like diverting my player. So making them think that I'm going one way and I'll go somewhere else and I can jump. So
on average, how many corners would you get a game?
Maybe 4 corners. I'll definitely pocket one though.
You hearing that?
Definitely pocket one.
Centre back being top scorer.
Yeah.
For 2 seasons.
One season.
One season. Well, whoever was a striker back then, I'm sure you're not striking anymore.
Yeah, top goal scorer.
What's your team?
Who do I support? Man United. We'll just keep it.
Yeah, we'll just
keep it going.
Please, can you edit that part?
Yeah.
Just
Man U. You can edit that bit as well.
Make sure it says Arsenal. Arsenal.
Listen, I'm not too involved, but I like Man United. I think I've loved the players that's come from Man United. You know?
I found the older I get, the stress level of being an Arsenal fan has been too much, and I'm numb. So I get less interested now than before. And I guess the thing that keeps me into football still is my Man United friends. They are always been on my case.
Yeah.
But let's leave that alone.
Die-hard fans. That's why I love Man United. The fans are die-hard.
Yeah, half of them are based in London, have only been to Old Trafford once. I don't know how you call that a die-hard fan. And that's fact.
From the heart.
Okay, from the heart while watching Match of the Day.
Yeah.
We'll leave it as that.
Okay.
So then we went into music. Talk to me about Sharna, the song.
The song. Okay. I made that song for a performance in a carnival. I had a carnival performance and I made it. I just got the YouTube beat and wrote to it, and then I had to get it remade because they were wanting to put it on Link Up. So obviously I couldn't go with the YouTube beat. So yeah, it was a song that I had sitting there for a while. I felt like it was like my introduction, my reintroduction, if you like, back into the game. And I wanted everyone to know who it was. So I called the song Sharna.
How long was the writing process on that? And how did you feel calling a song after you?
I love the original as well, Informer. So I just thought, do you know what? I love singing that song as well.
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer, really. It didn't take me that long to write because I was able to go from the melody of the original.
Okay.
But yeah, I do love the song. It brings me back to my roots as well. So it felt good making it. It didn't take too long, maybe about 2 hours.
2 hours to write a song?
Yeah.
Is that your average speed or just that one? Because that one was just, you love the original, so is it easier?
No, I think that's quite long. Sometimes it...
You think 2 hours is long to write a song?
Yeah, I can write quite quick.
Oh, wow.
It's like my superpower.
Yeah, I'm still writing my first song.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Listen, if you can teach me how to rap,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be best friends for life.
Okay.
You probably say, Francis, no, stop leeching on my energy.
No, we can do it.
It is, I I think a lot of people don't understand the skill set to be a rapper. They think it's easy just saying words. I look at them, they're jibby jabba, jibby jabba, jibby.
Yeah.
Like my mum call it the FF music.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how most people pick up. But it's not, well, for me, looking on the outside as a listener, consumer, it's not easy.
No, it's hard.
Like, you have to be in time with the beat. I can't even catch a beat anyway. You have to know the lyrics.
Yeah.
What impresses me even more, because a few rapper friends I speak to say, yeah, but it's your song. The fact that you know the lyrics. I can just about remember names.
It is hard to remember the lyrics. I can't lie. I do suffer with because I've got so much songs that I've got a massive catalogue of songs. So sometimes I can be, even on stage it's happened where I've started to perform a song and something in the drum has just taken me to something else. And I'm now performing the lyrics and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know when this cuts off. So I'm just having to wing it. And I guess it came from being a battle rapper when I started, because I started from grime. So this is again where the clothing came in, and I always had to look the part because that's what they would go for first. Look at them traders. It would just be like, oh God, I have to make sure that I look good.
What is it? What is the difference between being a battle rapper and actually a non-battle rapper? Let's say.
Oh, everything. It's like the difference between going live and recording in a studio.
So there's more pressure being a battle rapper.
Loads of pressure. You've not only got to think about what you're saying, you've got to think about the person you're saying it to, their reaction, the crowd. What are the crowd going to think? How they're going to take what you're saying? Because usually it's quite negative as well. It's not just, oh, I like your hair, you look nice, I don't care. It's you're going in. You're going in.
I like your hair, you look nice.
Yeah, no. But you're
obviously
going
that
in.
wouldn't be battle rapping.
That wouldn't be battle rapping. But you could start like that. I would probably start like that with a compliment. So they thought I was soft. I would do that. Like, yeah, I like your hair. Like, we're friends. But
so you disarm
I don't
them.
care. Then I'll just keep going and going and going.
Have you ever made anyone cry while battle rapping?
No, not in front of me, but I heard they cried after. I'm sorry, by the way. I was not a nice person.
Years later, she apologized.
Yeah, I got a mask for you still. You holler at me. I got you.
So, you know what is it a dying art now, battle rapping? Because you have to be in it.
I want to say no.
It's more underground?
It's more underground. There's an audience for battle rapping and I love it. I love watching someone come alive on the spot and just, they could be the most timid person because you're having to also digest what they're saying, and some things are going to hit like, oof, that one is, I want to just punch, really.
I used to go to battle rap show in Tottenham Court Road. What was that thing called? And I can't remember what, Mr. Green, you know Mr. Green?
Mr. Green.
You know Mr. Green? Is it Mr. Green?
Mr. Green, I haven't heard. Is it Jump Off?
Is it Jump Off?
Jump Off.
What's the
Mr.
white
Green?
rapper's name? The famous one.
Professor Green.
Professor Green, that's it. I used to, when he first started off,
Yeah.
I used to go to Jump Off.
Off. I went there as well, you know.
God.
I used to be there, you know.
Is it?
Sometimes, I would go there just to watch.
We used to go there every Sunday when it was on.
Yeah.
We used to go. It was just electric.
The vibe.
It was electric. And the beauty was not even one fight ever happened.
Respect. You respect the art.
The community was just so, everyone just like you on stage, ooh, ooh. And then after, everyone just shake hands and then, but you know what really used to, I used to feel sorry for, when you know that your opponent is better than you.
Yeah.
And I could see most artists on stage, like, just the soul just being drained.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's not nice.
And then if you choked or flopped and the crowd goes against you, I'm like,
the pressure.
The pressure.
But I'm used to that as well. Like, not to say that I had thousands of people watching me play football, but you do a wrong pass and there's a bit of noise from the crowd, You score a goal, you hear, I think maybe I fall in love with the noise from the crowd.
The energy is different.
Energy, and because I can feel energy as well. I'm weird, so I'll watch a battle rap because I want to watch how the person loses. Are they still dignified? Are they, are they letting it get to them too much? Are they composed? I like to look at those sort of things as well as listen to the lyrics, because that always.
Because you're looking at it so you're studying it
I'm
as
studying
a research point of view.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird way. I'd never looked at it like that. I just you got chewed up.
I guess that's how people become like legends and like leaders of the world. Like you watch how they deal with negative situations. That's how you learn to be more like them. You know, like even like biblical, we can go there if you want, like Jesus, and you feel like he died on a cross in front of everyone, and they all saw him at that moment, and he was just the most loving guy still at that time. So I look at things like that as how to project my energy when I'm on stage. I bring my crowd in. So my thing is, when I get on stage, I say, guys, I need you lot to take a step closer, please. And then I get to see straight away who moves, who don't. And I thank them for moving, and I thank the people who didn't move, because it's like stepping out of your comfort zone.
But by the end of the show, I guarantee everyone's moved.
Everyone's forward.
Because they're looking at you. Why is she telling? And okay.
And I like those ones, the ones that resist at the beginning. Sorry, I touched the mic. The ones that resist at the beginning.
You could slap the mic.
Yeah, no.
You can battle yourself on the mic if you want. I ain't
imagine. No. I like the ones who resist.
And they become fans and and you know that's due to your craft.
Yeah.
It's not listen to her. It's due, like, you proved it. And that must be a different level of appreciation of your skill.
Yeah.
As opposed to me telling you, oh, you're nice on the mic.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man. It's the best. It's organic as well. I love it. And the energy, I can feel it I see everything as like a movie. So when they move forward, it's like, okay, cool. I'm ready now, run my track. Like I can feel them loving what I'm doing, and it just inspires me.
Okay, so we had Sharna. Success of that, what was the follow-up of that? My Fault?
No, what came after that? I did Black Box. So I did a Black Box. So they basically get you in a room, you spit your bars, and they film it. There's like 2 cameramen. And I think that got me a little bit of traction as well, because that was doing well at the time. Loads of people were going to Black Box, and I got invited. So basically you pay a fee. I don't want to say too much. You pay a fee and you go and you rap. But I got invited.
So you paid them,
no,
but you didn't get paid.
I didn't pay. You usually pay them, but
nice on the mic, rhyme on the bike. All right. Sorry, I got carried away there.
Hey, that's all right.
Rasta's looking at me like, not again. Please, no again.
I'm actually going to grab my water.
No, listen. One time I'm in the studio, we got JB, which he's not here at the moment. Oh, is he here? JB, you here? You can come in, you know. One time I'm on a mic, right? Listen, I am busting rhymes.
Yeah.
And these two look around and said, that didn't even rhyme.
That didn't even rhyme.
And you know what? What they don't know, for about 2 days, I was going over what I said as much as I can remember. I'm like, that rhymed.
Yeah, you're going to show them, and then they didn't react to it in a good way. So.
No.
Don't worry, we can.
But they're haters. We need haters.
Yeah, definitely.
We need haters. Haters are, you know. How you doing, JB? Well. Oh, you been in for about 10 minutes? Oh, well, welcome. All right, stop talking. I'm joking. So the Black Box, so certain people paid, you didn't pay. Then after that? After that,
I did, I released a freestyle on, I think was it Graham Daily? I don't know if it was, what was it? SBTV?
Yes.
I can't even remember. I think it was Graham Daily. I released a freestyle that did well. And then I started getting shows after that. I think that's when people started to think, oh, okay, when you go on these platforms,
you're nice.
You just, you attract more people.
And here we are. What's next in the pipeline?
Wow.
Are you allowed to tell them?
I guess I can give you the diluted version.
Yes, please.
Obviously,
on camera, you're gonna get the diluted version. Out the cameras, we get to the full load. So
Sorry. Guys, you can follow me on my Instagram, and then you can get
which is at the bottom
pieces of the version that I'm gonna say now. So I'm gonna just release EP 7 tracks that should be coming out soon. A few features, a few good features as well, a few epic features. So I have to smart that bit. Clothing. I'm going to basically just release the first piece of work that I've been working on as a collective, like, so my clothing and the music together.
How do they go hand in hand? Because I know throughout time, music and clothing complement each other.
Definitely.
Like a lot of brands are inspired by music, and then a lot of music, especially music videos as well, a lot of brands will see what's popping in the music world, then they base their brands on that.
Yeah.
For you, how do you work? Because for you, it's slightly different to most, because you own both. You own your music and your brand.
Yeah.
So when you're writing a song, do you have one in mind, or does it just happen and you catch it up?
I go with the music first. I think once I get the music, the other stuff can just slot in, because I can create quickly when it comes to fashion. I know what to just put together, and I really keep it simple. I don't dress up too much. It's more about what I'm saying. So I just focus on the music, because that's the content, and what they're seeing is what they see.
So if you was to categorize yourself in the rap world, which part would you be?
When you say which part, what do you mean?
Conscious, not battling anymore, smooth, lyrics, underground, meaningful?
Do you know what? I don't really have a bracket or a lane. I just got my own thing. You either like it.
But don't get it twisted. She will smash anyone that steps to her in that lane. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
And I say that to say this, actually. Before I say that, I saw you at work. I would have to say at your finest.
Do you think?
From what I seen of you, from start to finish.
Wow.
Because we are sitting down.
Yeah.
We are writing lyrics.
Yeah.
Not when I say we, not me, obviously. Well, I think I wrote the second bar. Remember when you said you just want two more bars?
2 more bars.
Yeah, and I took the pen and then you deleted them after.
I don't really remember that bit.
That's how poor they were.
No.
It's okay.
The energy was there, so you definitely contributed.
It's in there somewhere. If you hear about the bar Angel, I'm joking. So I saw that. What was that like?
What was the experience like?
Yeah, like I saw, and you know what? I've been listening to music pretty much since I would say I was 12. I won't say all my life, since I was 12. I've never, and I know a few artists. I've never been anywhere where a song was made from start to finish. To me, it was a special moment.
It was for me as well.
What was that like?
It was breathtaking. I think I went over it the next day in my head as if I was there again. It was something I didn't want to forget. The way it happened as well, the way I was feeling, my energy was not at the place where it maybe should have been. And I was doubting. I was almost not falling off, but I was like, right now I'm just keeping up, pre-season. I'm in the middle somewhere. Everyone's looks like they've been training. I'm not sure I can compete with this. But it went from one room to another room. And what's also mind-blowing is that me and the person, we've never...
You could say the person's name.
Yeah? Yeah. So me and Angel, we have never sat down and shared music before. He's not heard of me. No one's referred me to him. It just happened like that. He just said, no, I got something that I want you to listen to. You'd probably rip it. And I just thought, yeah, let's go now.
Well, you couldn't say no, even if you couldn't.
The pressure. Like, I realised when I got outside, I was like,
did you feel
happy.
pressure?
Yeah.
I did not see any bit of pressure.
Yeah, pressured. That's my character now. You'll start to see my character now. I'm starting to, use the research that I collect from other people, watching how they win and how they lose and how they interact. And I'm using that now. So I realise I'm in a studio with someone who is a lot further than me in their career, and I actually respect their music. So I think you would notice as well where I chose to write my lyrics was in front of him, so I could get his energy, and I could feel what he's saying and what he's trying to portraying the song, which helped me to get the words together. So, yeah, I was mind blown, man. But it was such an amazing experience.
And that's what, for me, that was the beautiful, because he was sitting there, you was, and I was there when you first met him. So when you say that you did not, well, obviously you knew his music.
Yeah.
It was like, and the chemistry and the energy.
It was incredible.
Was mad.
But it's like I already saw this. It sounds weird, but it's like
you did predict it a
like
few days before.
This. Like, my energy was low before, but I was asking for signs. I was relying on my sources of, you know, prophecy, if you like, from God or from the universe, whatever you believe in. I needed a sign, a signal that I am going in the right direction, because things were not going in the right direction at the time. And especially with my family and stuff, I was sort of holding the fort together. My mum wasn't well, she was in hospital. So it was like, and then I'm trying to go to Works, because Works funding my studio, and, you know, it's just, there was loads on my mind. And I don't know, I don't know. It was definitely written before. That happened before.
And God actually sent you an angel. How about that? Pun intended there.
Yeah. It's a different kind of hunger, man.
What does music mean to you?
Everything. It's everything for me. It's my whole life.
Your favorite music?
I don't have a favorite. I really like revival, though. I like the simplicity in revival. I like the repetition, and I like the message. I can listen to it at any time and feel exactly the same way as when I listened to it the first time. It doesn't get boring for me.
Favorite artist?
I got a few, but I'd probably say my top is Lauryn Hill.
She's nice.
I got a few though. Simply Red.
Simply Red.
Missy Elliott, yeah.
If you don't know, yeah, I didn't even know that was a cover. You know,
I love Simply Red.
Because my mum loves Simply Red.
Yeah, your mum's a legend. I feel like we'll get
literally.
Yeah.
If you, am I just singing?
I don't know what's going on. But enjoy, man. Yeah.
No.
Jamiroquai. There's a few.
His energy is different.
There's a few.
When I first saw him, obviously not in person, through I'm like, I could just feel the energy coming through the TV. Like, wow.
It's the same as Lauryn Hill. I met Lauryn Hill face to face.
Yeah. What was that like?
I managed to get backstage. Again, it was sent, man. It was so written. I wasn't even supposed to be back there. Like, I weren't supposed to get backstage, and I didn't queue up as well. Like, everyone queued up, whereas I was at the front. And then she put her pen out, and I was like, I didn't have anything for her to sign, so I just grabbed something from the table and I just went to the front. She was like, I like your style. Can I have a hug?
Oh wow!
And I was like, I like your style as well. Like, and I just embraced her, and I just realized, I rang my mum, like, Mum, I just hugged Lauryn Hill.
She's like, go back to sleep.
Mum, no, I said, Mum, I think I woke her up.
Yeah.
She didn't care though. She was like, wow, because she knows how much that meant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Every time I get in a place, something is sent, and it's always this big, which just tells me that this is what I'm supposed to be.
You should write a song and just send it to her. Nowadays you got Instagram, Facebook, whatever there is, Twitch. Can you send songs on Twitch? I don't know, Snapchat.
Do you know what? I just love the fact that she said that she liked my style, and on the day I was wearing Ordinary, and I showed her my chest, because I got Everything is Everything tattooed on my chest.
Okay.
Obviously I like symmetry as well, so the everything and the everything, and it is what it is. That's life, innit? Everything.
And she's in tune with nature as well.
She's
Lauryn
somewhere
Hill.
else. She predicted things in her music that happen now.
Yeah, she's in tune. Like she's a prophet.
She's sent. Yeah, you meet prophets in life.
She's a prophet.
But I believe Angel is as well. I feel like he's a prophet in his own right, and the fact that he struggled for so long with this music, and where I was dropping off. Oh God, I need a sign. I'm doing this. This is getting harder. And I met with Angel, and now I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
He's on a different frequency for a lot of artists. Like having, he's
incredible, man.
He's on a different frequency.
I actually really respect his music away from that, but it was having to put that aside as well. You know, like, I'm here to do a job. This is my task. Do it. What would I be telling the students to do now? Like, I just went back to school and I got my phone out. My battery was dying. Everything was against me. I was thinking, oh my gosh, but I made it happen.
How old were you when you wrote your first lyrics?
Maybe 7.
7?
Yeah.
Do you remember
7?
them?
No.
7?
Around 7, yeah. I used to like poetry. You know, like when the family come over,
Yeah.
I would be at the front with my piece of paper, giving them a show.
So you've always been a performer?
Yeah. I love performing.
I can't. I'm still writing my first song, but you're going to help me with that.
I got you.
Thank you very much. Where can these people find you?
At Sharna Cane on everything. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just Sharna Cane. Everything.
Okay. One final question. Let's assume there's someone out there in their 30s. Because, you know, a lot of times we tend to neglect the adults. We always say, what advice would you give to a young one? What advice would you give to a 30-year-old who is lost at the moment and they can't see past tomorrow? And they think, I mean, as you alluded to earlier, we're living in dark times. We are the light. What advice would you give to a 30-year-old who thinks everything is just so dark?
I would ask them to change their sort of daily routine. Start with some motivational speaking in the morning. Remember why you wanted to do this in the first place. And just always remember that. Like, remember that you're doing it for the people coming after you as well, which applies some responsibility. And when people have responsibility, they feel good. People feel good for doing good things for others. So, yeah, I would give them that advice. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's powerful. That's powerful. All right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
sharing
having me.
But before you leave, you have to close the show.
Okay.
That is your camera. How you close it's up to you. How long it takes to close it's up to you.
Oh,
I
gosh.
just sit back.
Can we stop it? And are we just going now?
We go.
All right, listen, I've been Sharna Cane. I just want to say thank you guys for having me. It's been really nice to just talk about what I've been through. You don't really realise all the time, like when you're going through it. So yeah, I just want to say thanks for being here. Follow me on everything this year, please. Like, the journey is about to go global. And yeah, if you hit me in the description below, hopefully we can just talk, man, and we can communicate. But yeah, have a sick day and stay global.
Thank you for listening, guys. I've been your guest. She's been the host. Till next time, love, peace, and happiness.
Peace.